we heard you, so let's talk about it. Now, the last time I was talking about outsourcing on this channel, y'all ate that up, but the most common question that I got was similar to this comment here. And I totally get it. When you are well overcapacitated running in your business and know that you need support in outsourcing, but don't have the biggest budget, it can be a little stressful. It can be complicated. So today I'm going to be talking about 4 tips on how to be able to outsource on a budget. And if you're excited and ready for that, type in the comments below outsource and let's get started. Before I jump into these 4 tips, let's address the elephant in the room. Do you need a lot of money in order to outsource? The short answer is no, but there's a couple caveats. It's really important to understand you don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to start outsourcing. It just means you need to be more intentional about where you hire, because there's a lot of nice to haves that of course we'd love to be able to take this off our plate and give it to somebody else. But if you don't have the largest budget on the planet, then we need to look at where you can outsource that's going to be the most impactful and pivotal for your business. I think it's also really important to understand if you're even ready for outsourcing. And if you're not sure, go and check out my video that I talked about outsourcing in general, and you'll be able to glean some facts on whether or not you are even ready to outsource, or we need to look at some other ways of systemizing your business. Now, with that out of the way, let's talk about these 4 tips. Tip number 1 is understanding your outsourcing options. Like I was just saying, it doesn't take hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to outsource, because not every outsource hire is going to look the same. I'm assuming for a large majority of you, you're not going to need a 40+ hour hire in order to outsource your task. For many of you, it may be more of a one-off, be semi-regular, not necessarily consistent, but maybe a once a month type of thing. And for others, it may be a very, very part-time role. Now, depending on your budget range, you'll want to determine with the tasks that you're saying you want to outsource, 1, how priority they are, and 2, which of these 3 buckets they fall into. If it's a one-off job, like say setting up a lead magnet page, writing the copy for your bio on your website, something that doesn't need to be done repeatedly, then that's going to be one lump sum that's not going to cost you a lot in the long run, but will have impact down the line. If it's something that's semi-regular, maybe you need somebody to batch write content for you, need somebody who can take care of editing for you, that's going to be more of a recurring cost, similar to somebody who is semi-part-time. However, this is going to depend on how many tasks need to get done, the level of experience that this person is going to need in order to be able to get those tasks done. There's so many different factors that you can be thinking about that can help you be able to find the right talent within your budget range. A great example is when Marissa was hiring for my position, she was looking for somebody who was somewhat consistent. However, I could handle a lot of one-off tasks in addition to the management of the team. So I could handle writing emails, I could handle writing sales pages, I could handle helping with launches and sales and marketing, I could help with customer service. So she was getting somebody who could do a lot of one-off and semi-regular tasks in one. So you could hire somebody who was more on the top end of her budget because of the impact that I would be providing for her business. Now, not everybody is going to need an operations manager. Not everybody is going to need that level of support in their business right away, but understanding the differences of how to be able to hire and the different outsourcing options that you have. Are you looking for a part-time person, a one-off project, or somewhere in the middle? Tip number 2 is sourcing talent within your budget pool. There are so many platforms for outsourcing nowadays, especially since more people than ever are looking to freelance and to contract. And so you have more flexibility on these platforms to put in your budget range and then see the type of talent that is available to you. You can look on Upwork, Fiverr, freelancer.com, go to different referrals that you have from other YouTubers or business owners that you're associated with. There are a plethora of different options available to you on these platforms for budgets as low as $500. By the way, if you're a full-time or established YouTuber who is starting to feel burnt out on all of the work that you're doing, not just on content creation, but just being able to run a channel and a business, then you don't want to miss out on this private live training that Marissa and her team are doing on how to run a 6-figure YouTube channel and business in less than 10 hours a week. We're going to be talking about a plethora of different topics, including hiring, on how to be able to create scalable, sustainable structures and a spacious schedule for yourself so that your channel and your business can continue to grow, but not at the expense of your sanity or enjoying life. If you're interested in this free training and learning more about how Marissa and the team can support you, go to the link in our description to be able to apply today. All right, tip number 3 is an important one. It is making sure you have your processes nailed down, because not everything that is on our plate needs to be outsourced. And if we can save you money on not having to outsource by automating, by heavily templating so that it's still giving you more time on your plate, just not taking you as long to do a task, then we want to make sure we have those processes as simplified and as optimized as possible before we even consider outsourcing. The reason for this is if you try to outsource a task or outsource getting help with a process and they come in and you have no process whatsoever, then they're going to have to figure out a process themselves. It's going to take them more time to be able to execute on the task, which means that's more money that you're having to spend to have this person work for you. I like to think of processes like an assembly line at McDonald's. You know, if you go to any franchise of McDonald's anywhere in the world, if you ask for a quarter pounder, you're going to get the same quarter pounder everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere you go, it'll be the exact same quarter pounder. You want the same type of repetitive quality inside of your processes. You want to make sure that it doesn't matter if it's you doing the job or if it's somebody that you have outsourced for help doing the job, they can slide into that assembly line and still be able to produce the exact same results. And being able to have someone slot into an assembly line as opposed to having somebody try to strategize or create a new process for you is going to be a lot cheaper. Being able to create this assembly line is going to be able to help you get talent and support inside your business without breaking your budget. And finally, tip number 4 is to start small. Y'all, you do not need to be starting out with 3 to 4 outsourced hires in your business. You do not need to start by outsourcing 75% of your business tasks. In fact, Marissa, when I started working with her, when she's running her 750 grand business, only had 3 people who she had outsourced support for, and then one-off projects to a couple other contractors. That was it. That was it. We run a very lean ship over here at Team Marissa Romero. You can do the same. And I think it's really important to recognize as you're thinking about this, that it's not about quantity, it's about quality. A bigger team does not equal faster progress. It doesn't equal more things getting done. Most of the time, it equals more headaches because now you need to manage that team. You need to manage that those outsourced hires and that outsourced help is getting the job done. And if you're not used to managing people, if you're not used to having to check in and make sure that work is getting done, then you haven't saved any time. Think about that. You're spending money, you're investing your budget with people who are supposed to help you save time so you can focus on more high priority things. But if you're just trading that time of doing the work to now managing people doing the work, you've saved no time. And that investment hasn't gone anywhere. So we want to make sure that your budget is going as far as it can. And we can do that by making sure that we start small with where we outsource. At the end of the day, I want to make it clear that outsourcing does not need to be expensive, especially at the beginning. By focusing on retaining the best talent within your budget range for priority needle moving tasks, then you too can get support in your YouTube channel and in your business without breaking the bank. All right, y'all, that's it from me. Let me know down in the comments. Did this help you out? Did this answer the questions that you had? Let me know if you have any more in the comments below, but don't go anywhere. In the next few seconds, Dawn is gonna be talking about the 3 crucial systems that every YouTuber needs as they grow and scale. So make sure to check her out in 3, 2, and 1.
Hey everyone, welcome to Subscribers to Sales. My name is Dawn, and today we are going to talk about 3 of the most crucial systems you need to have